I'm Toby from _Spurs Center, and this is Josh and Alex from Matchday THFC. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about today is Troy Parrott's loan to Millwall. How do you guys feel about that, and how do you think he's going to perform next year?
I feel like he's a young player, so I think he'll be all right leaving to Millwall because it's like a stepping stone type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. He seemed like he was banging the goals in too in that video they posted the other day.
Yeah.
Kane also loaned to Millwall, so
yeah, I know.
hopefully,
I heard about that.
Yeah, hopefully he can
just
follow
following his footsteps. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think that he'll have like a lot of pressure on him, especially since Kane moved there too? And do you think like he'll have some pressure on like living up to the expectations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he knows his place. I think he'll be. He knows that he's Harry Kane's going to be there for most of his career at Tottenham. So,
yeah.
I mean, I think he's found out that he's going to get a couple of games here and there, especially with Europa. If we stay in Europa for the season where he comes back, I think that's a great, especially for other youth players. I think Europa's a good time.
Okay. So Dyer just extended his contract with the club about a month ago now. Do you see him as a center back for the club in the future, or do you think he'll move back into the midfield role?
No, I think centre back as he's getting old. So
yeah, that's true.
As he's getting old, yeah.
I don't know. He's had some great performances, but I think it's just time. I remember against Sheffield, there was a bit of a miscommunication. I think it just takes time because from midfield into centre back, it's a big transformation. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard move to make.
Where do you see him lining up? Because he has Sanchez, Alderweireld, and Tanganga to compete with in that trying to get the center back lineup.
That is a good point, and our midfield is getting better and better with Højbjerg as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, centre back. Tanganga's still young. I mean, I like him as a player. He's very fast. He's played.
It's good to have that pace in the back.
Yeah. I think he's towards. I was going to say Alderweireld's like at the end of his career. Not at the end of his career, but he's sort of coming to the end of it, and I think his contract's running out soon anyway. Yeah. So I think he'll be like played more for the time being.
In my opinion, I think Dyer's going to be mostly sub as he's old, but he's very experienced.
Yeah, that's true. He does have some good experience in him.
And apparently he's a really good. He's got really good connections with like the players off the pitch. Yeah.
Dele, and him hang out a lot. We've seen.
Yeah.
And
I think we'll see more of that when the documentary comes out as well, which I'm actually quite excited.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for that too. And then it said I heard that Eric Dyer was the first person that Joe Hart called when he finalized his move to Spurs. So you can see that well. The guys all really like him.
I think he's a captain like player. So I think even him and Lloris might be in like a race for the captaincy.
Yeah, and Kane is in there as well.
Yeah, Kane's always in there.
Kane, yeah.
Tanganga also got a contract extension, and he's very versatile, which is very good for us because he can play all along the back line, which we're lacking kind of right now. But he's probably the future of our defense.
I actually like him as a player, and as I was saying, Europa League I think will be a great experience for him growing as a player.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I think Mourinho actually puts a good faith in Tanganga as well.
Yeah, I think Tanganga is one of Mourinho's favorite players right now, along with Dyer probably. Skip also just got a contract extension and was loaned to Norwich.
Norwich,
Do you think he'll get a lot of minutes there? He has a few people to compete with that'll be in the championship.
To be honest, I think he will be like not a regular starter, but I think every other game.
Yeah.
Norwich have just gone down as well, so he'll get even more minutes.
Yeah, I could see them bouncing back up too. Skip's a really strong player for his age.
Very strong. Yeah.
All right.
I actually like him as a player. He's good at moving the ball.
Yeah, he's really good at.
He's sort of like Harry Winks.
Yeah, Harry Winks, but more solid defensively.
Yeah.
And then, so Kyle Walker-Peters just finalized his transfer to Southampton a few weeks ago. How do you guys feel about, because we don't have a whole lot of solidity in our right back, because it looks like Aurier's on his way out, and we haven't finalized the deal for anyone coming in. So, do you think we should have kept Walker-Peters for another season? Or do you think it was smart to get Hotspur in for less money since we were able to send?
Yeah, I think saying it was like a swap, but it was actually it was separate transfers.
Yeah.
But I think apparently we're close to signing Doherty as well. Yeah. So I think I've actually liked Aurier.
Yeah.
Personally, I've liked Aurier, but yeah, we do need backup in that position.
Yeah, I liked Aurier, but he made a lot of mistakes that led to goals, like too many for me.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, Carl Walker Peters, I thought him loaning would be like a good stepping stone.
Yeah.
And he'd come back better, come back stronger. But I think, yeah. But he's but I don't know. He's had a good season apparently. But I mean, there's no point playing him if he's happy at another club.
Yeah, that's true. So Hotspur, we got him in this window. Do you think that's gonna like unlock Ndombele since Mourinho was complaining about his lack of defensive capabilities? Mm-hmm. So since we have Hotspur playing deeper, Ndombele can kind of play forward in a more advanced role.
Yep. And I actually really like Ndombele as a player, but I think he's, as you said, he's better attacking than he's defending, like pushing forward.
For sure. Yeah.
So I think apparently, and I haven't watched the pre-season, but what I've heard is that he's been very solid, Hotspur, in pre-season.
Yeah, Hotspur has been really
like. Apparently, he's been like really defensively, and he's been around the pitch type thing. So I think he would just be like our backups, like not backup like second player, but he'll be there on the pitch.
Yeah,
so
I know what you mean.
He will allow the players who like to push forward, like Celso, like Lo Celso, Dele Alli, Winks even likes to push up sometimes, but he's more defensive. And then Ndombele especially, I think he'll just like he'll be solidity in that, and I think
we can play him behind and defend.
Yeah, and he just protects the defense again.
Yeah, he protects the back line.
Yeah, he's been class since he's gotten here.
Yeah.
Ndombele, looks like he just got COVID, so it seems like a deal for him to leave the club would be unlikely. But if we could, would you swap him for Skriniar?
I mean, I think what I've seen is Skriniar's a good player, yes.
Yeah.
I think Ndombele we haven't given him a good enough chance to show what he's actually capable of. I
completely agree.
Like I think he's been unfit most of the season. He's had a couple of injuries, I think. And and I think Mourinho keeps, I don't know what, I keep hearing different things, but apparently Mourinho actually quite likes him. And thinks he can be like a good for the future type thing. He can grow as a player.
Yeah. There's a lot of conflicting reports about what the relationship is like.
Yeah.
And if they like each other or not.
That's the problem. No one has actually come out and said explicitly that they don't like each other or they do like each other.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll find out in the documentary.
As a new player.
As
a new player and like our top signing, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of pressure as well. A lot of pressure on him. So I just think another season. I mean, Skriniar's a good player, but I mean, I think a deal plus money would be. I don't know.
Yeah, Ndombele, I think once he gets his confidence, he'll be unreal.
Yes,
I was actually at the stadium for that first game against Villa.
Yeah,
and he was really nervous on the ball up until he scored that beautiful goal.
Some of his dribbles are just amazing. His like movement, his like feints. He
does
like
very
really,
he
does amazing body feints, which
he just kind of glides with the ball up the field.
Yeah. It's like a player you love to watch. He just plays it
I
so
completely
easily.
agree. I think the confidence for him is just going to be key. Like I was saying, he was super nervous on the ball in that first game, and then he scored the goal. And he was coming out with all these flicks and tricks and gliding past people and creating opportunities.
That's what I love in a player personally. But
I completely agree.
The problem is many like older fans that watch more football like in the past. They just it's like a new type of player. So for them, it takes time for them to get used to traditional.
Yeah.
Yes. Well said.
Now, who do you want as a backup striker? Or I've been seeing a lot of things that we shouldn't be looking at like a backup striker per se, but as a striker that can rival with Kane. And there's been a lot of rumors the past few days.
The thing is, you look at some strikers in other leagues. Yes, they're great strikers, but I don't think many strikers want to come to a club where from a club they're playing as their primary striker to a club that they know they're always going to be shadowed. Yeah, always going to be a second striker. That's the problem.
That's a fair point.
I mean, if we can get one cheap player that will get some games, and especially with the Europa League, actually, Europa League
there'll be a lot of opportunities.
For
young players,
even younger players, just players to understand.
Yeah.
And that's what Mourinho was, because we're forgetting that Mourinho came halfway through the season.
Yeah. He never hasn't had full preseason.
He always said that he never had a full preseason to actually get used to the players.
It's a fair point. Personally, I'd like to sign an older striker, someone like Luis Suarez or Diego Costa.
Yeah.
I'm not sure either of those deals will go
we have
through.
looked at Diego Costa. Yeah, we have looked at Diego Costa, apparently.
But I think it would just be good because then they'll only have a few seasons at the club at the most, and then Troy Parrott will come back from his loan and he'll be able to
That's a great point. That's a great point. Which Troy Parrott will come back better, I think.
Yeah.
And just
I think Troy Parrott will come back ready.
But Lucas Moura, so far, I think Lucas Moura and Son have both played striker in games, and they've both been quite good. But the thing is, when they push striker, we need players that play in their position anyway. And I actually love Dele Ali as a player, so I think he's played really well. So apparently I've seen his goal today.
Yeah, his goal today was amazing. That little chip.
That was a great, yeah. But I think
he got 2 assists in the other game, so he seems on form.
I think he's just going to grow back in confidence again because I don't know what really happened. I think it was a couple injuries. I think people were just down looking on him as well.
Like this, Dele Alli is a complicated player. Like sometimes he's really on form, and then other times he completely falls off it. But he plays the best when he has a traditional number 9 or 11 or just traditional striker in front of him. Because if he doesn't have that striker, he can't make his little runs.
Yes, that's the thing. He plays in different positions.
He can play.
Sometimes because Josie plays quite a few formations. So I know Dele Alli's played like on the left hand side once, right hand side, and it's a bit. But I think once he finds his feet again, I think he will be great in the Prem.
Yeah, that's a key point. If we try to sign another striker, Dele Alli will be more clinical and create more opportunities. And the other question is when we had Fernando Llorente and Harry Kane got injured, we played Son up top anyway, and we left for Llorente on the bench.
I used to love Llorente. He set up a couple good goals in the Champions League.
He used to score the vital goals that we needed.
Yeah. He was very solid. He was a very solid player, and I mean, I don't know what really happened because he had a good season and he just left. I think.
Yeah, and then he just left.
With him.
Yeah, I think we only he's getting older, and Daniel Levy doesn't like older players.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay, so Callum Wilson, what would you think about us signing him?
Ooh. Now the thing is, we actually live near Bournemouth, so we most of our friends actually Bournemouth supporters, so we've seen him play quite a bit actually. But I don't think he's the type of player we need a second striker, but I don't really want Callum Wilson, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know he can play in the Prem, but he didn't have that good of a season for Bournemouth, and he's not.
No.
I know Joshua King's better, and apparently.
I was gonna say, what would you think about Joshua King?
I think actually Joshua King would be a better signing.
Joshua King would be a better signing than Callum Wilson.
He's more versatile, actually. Joshua King. He can play centre forward, cam, even he can push back.
Yeah.
But
Harry Kane. That's another good point. Is if we sign another striker, Harry Kane is really good at getting the ball deep and playing it out wide. And so
he's a complete player. That's what I keep saying.
Yeah, he's a playmaker.
Some of his balls he makes in games are just amazing.
It's like the game at the Bernabeu when we tied Real Madrid 1-1. I think Kane was playing as a 10 with Llorente in front of him. So we could even try playing something like that with Kane deeper, and we had another striker.
And the thing with Llorente, he's very tall, but I don't think Callum Wilson or Josh King are that tall. And if you do need a second player, I'd like a proper out-and-out number 10 to play underneath. Like, as we were saying, Kane is more deep. So we need like an out-and-out striker if we want to sign someone. And Diego Costa is that, to be honest.
He's not very
clinical.
He doesn't score many goals, Callum Wilson, I think. If he scored a bit more goals, I think that would be a great signing. But
yeah. Joe Hart was announced about a week ago, a little bit more than that. Do you think that makes sense? The homegrown player, the winning mentality.
Yeah, I mean, he's a consistent. We know what he's made of. That's the thing. He's a consistent keeper. I think we might sell Gazzaniga. Apparently, I think Gazzaniga's linked with a couple like Leeds. I think he's linked with a couple clubs. Yeah, Fulham. A couple clubs want Gazzaniga, and I just think for a free. I mean, it's like why not?
It was an incredible signing. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Like
I think Joe Hart's confidence. I keep coming back to confidence, but his confidence was destroyed when Pep Guardiola took over at City, and then Jose Mourinho brings him up and says,
apparently,
"I want you at my club."
we'll see in the documentary. But apparently, Jose Mourinho's, him and his players, all he does is confidence, and that's how he wins the games. Is he allows players to grow and give them confidence to be able to.
Yeah.
And I mean, a free. I understand if we paid 10 mil for him, I wouldn't be that. I'd be a bit shaky, but for free, I think it's a great signing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a solid keeper. I never knew he was bad, but it's always about his confidence as any player.
Yeah, I completely agree with that as well. And Joe, you could see in the preseason games, he was always looking out and he was calling out the shots, basically calling out everyone where the positions were, and it was a very young back line, so that's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, great. And like I was saying before, that's another captaincy player. That if we need like a proper captain, we can. Like I don't really like Hugo's a phenomenal shot saver, but he's not a keeper that comes out mostly for crosses, and that's the problem we have. We can see lots of crosses because there's always confusion.
That's
so
how
I think Joe Hart as a loud player, because that's what he does. He always shouts and he likes to control. I think that's great.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Yeah. And you can see with Mourinho signing, he's bringing in leaders and former captains with Joe Hart, Hojbjerg, and trophy winners too.
He's just bringing in people that he knows will like actually do good.
Not
like
and the mentality.
Not like a chance. Yeah, not like a chance.
Yeah,
he's just playing solid.
And we just beat Ipswich last week 3-0. Sessegnon, Son scored twice. What'd you think of that game and our younger players getting a chance?
Yeah, I like seeing younger players play, and Son's playing really well, I think, up front, and he scored today as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
he scored a curler. Yeah. And I think he's just growing as a player each season. He's an incredible such a great player, and he's becoming more and more important to the club. Yeah, I used to when he first came, it always used to be him second to Harry Kane. Now they're like half and half. They've both got the pressure on them.
Yeah, so I completely agree with that. Jack Clark, a lot of Spurs fans were singling him out for praise for his display against Ipswich. What did you think about Jack Clark's game?
I mean, he's a young player, and I think he was a quite good signing because he was from Leeds, wasn't he?
Yeah, Leeds. Yeah.
And I mean, I think we need a better youth anyway. We only got, I think, 2 or 3 players that have made it to the actual squad.
Team.
But I just think it's a great. It's just one of the other players that Europa. As I keep saying, Europa's coming up.
Yeah,
it's a great boost for the players. Yeah, great.
The youth.
I mean, it's not like the Champions Leagues where you can. Champions League something else where you have to play. You have to play a good squad most
the best
weeks.
Team.
Europa, you can see.
You can sort
what the youth is and improve them.
You can experiment. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Gives Mourinho a lot of chances to try different things with the squad. And I saw a few people saying after the Ipswich game that it was only Ipswich, and so we shouldn't be getting too excited about some of our younger players. But Dele Alli was playing with MK Dons until he was 19, and Jack Clark's 19, and a lot of players out there were even younger than that. So.
But that's the problem is when people like compare the teams. I just think it's a good boost for the players anyway to win. It's only a pre-season; it doesn't mean anything. So even if they lose, they know what they need to improve. So I just think.
But the wins, it builds confidence, and I think confidence is going to be really important for us this season.
Yeah, you keep confidence is such a massive thing in every player and every club even.
Yeah, if you look at our last season, even it's when we won a couple games, we'd go on like a streak where we win us like 5 or 6, and then we'd lose and we'd lose like 5 or 6, and then we'd win like 5 or 6, and it was just kind of going like that back and forth.
It's just like the boost we need. It's just and I think especially with Mourinho in the club because he's got such a big like name around him.
Yeah,
I just think players also love because when you hear Mourinho, you think, oh no, I want to play under him because he's such a famous coach. Yeah, so I just think
big name.
I think that draws people also, and the confidence is boosted.
Yeah, it's also I don't know if you guys saw, but someone tweeted out that people close to Jose Mourinho have seen that he's as excited as he was like in his first days at Porto, and he hasn't had like that kind of excitement about him until now.
Because I just think Tottenham is such a it's one of them clubs that the job is so exciting because apparently we're the 8th richest club in the world, but we don't.
Yeah.
We're not the
Don't
type
spend
of
any money.
club that spends.
Yeah, we
much,
don't spend millions of
we're not like a City. Yeah, we're not like a City or a Manchester United. So after
We
United,
find
Jose Mourinho,
invest in players. That's what
he could just ask for anyone and get them. So that's what
Mhm.
I think. Team building with some less cash is more exciting. I think.
Yeah, it is really exciting. And if you look at a team like Bayern Munich, who just won the Champions League final, and
they just invest and invest and invest.
Yeah, they invested in like young players too. Like you always think of Bayern as like the big club who splashes the cash, but like Alphonso Davies, like their kind of star player in their back line,
yeah,
cost like 10 million, I think.
But the thing with
and a lot of players they got for free as well.
Yeah. But that's because it's such a big club. And the thing with Bayern is any youth player. So they see a good youth player that's playing quite well and is on form. They think, oh, we'll sign him, and the player automatically gets confidence because Bayern are looking at him. Like imagine playing for Bayern at this time.
Yeah.
And it's just that's just a type of club they are.
Yeah, we have to build that kind of idea around our club as well.
Yeah.
That's just the long run as well. It's just over time.
Yeah.
Where do you see Sessegnon playing? Do you see him as a left back or a left winger next season?
I think left. I think left back. Actually, I think left back.
See, I don't know with Sessegnon. He's always been a quite a versatile role on the left side.
Yeah.
And I don't know the thing with me. I don't actually know what he's better at, attacking or defending. I remember him scoring a couple of goals last season. I actually watched.
Yeah.
But
I think he plays a left wing back, so you can push up and defend at the same time.
But talking about left backs, I think Ben Davies has actually been very, very.
Very.
I mean, yeah. In the end of the season, I think he clutched up and like.
He was very solid. Yeah.
He's very solid in the end. Yeah.
I like to say he's consistently average, because he never does anything quite fancy, and he doesn't contribute on the attack that much. But he's solid in the back.
That's just that's a great point. He's just very solid, as you said, and he's consistently average. Like he doesn't really have slip ups.
No.
Or if he does, he always makes up for them. But apparently, we're also looking at Reguilon from Real Madrid. And I think he'll be a great signing. He's quick. He's quite young actually, and he's just a great signing. But we are looking at quite a few left backs as well, and fullbacks in general. But that's just a role that's the thing. The thing with the fullback role is it's always a position that needs to be improved every season.
Yeah.
Like one season you can have as Liverpool did. One season they had very bad left like wing backs. The next
like
season
Nathaniel Klein and Alejandro Moreno.
And then the next season they have Trent and Robertson. It's like it changes. And more modern clubs, the new game, like the new type of football that everyone plays, is you need like actual wing backs that come up and push back and forward.
Yeah, and have pace and good crosses.
Yeah.
That was like Pep Guardiola's first couple seasons. He signed like 4 or 5 new fullbacks: Kyle Walker, Mendy.
But the problem with Pep's signings is he spends too much on players that, like as I was saying, there's a chance that them being good.
Yeah.
Whereas Mourinho
Mendy's
signs players that he knows, where he knows he's comfortable that they would perform better.
Yeah, which is why I think we've been signing from like Premier League experienced players, which is why that Reguilon deal might not go through.
Yes.
But because looks like we're going to sign Doherty, who plays for Wolves. We signed Højbjerg, who played for Southampton, and we signed Joe Hart, who played for Burnley, West Ham, and Man City, and won the league with Man City as well.
Yes.
So, do you think there's any left backs in the Premier League that we should be looking at? Obviously, Chelsea signed Ben Chilwell. So
that's a great signing. I think Ben Chilwell's been a great fullback in general for Leicester.
Yeah.
But there's not. I mean, apart from the top, I'd say the top 5 teams, most of the left backs in the league aren't the best.
No.
I know right backs are quite good because we were looking at Aarons, but I think Aarons should move. I think we should sign Aarons because he's played in the Prem and now he's in the Championship, so he wants to go back in the Prem hopefully.
Yeah. And the bad thing with Aarons is he has 4 years remaining on his contract with Norwich.
Oh, okay. That's probably why he isn't.
Yeah. And Mourinho seems to like the taller fullbacks that are like a bit stronger, and Aarons is a little smaller in stature.
Yeah. I just left backs. Who's so left backs in the league? I can't really think of any
that are outstanding. I think there's a few that are good.
But that's the thing. We need as a growing club, we need to start buying world-class players to like play for most of the season.
Or developing world-class players. What do you think about Dennis Kirkin, our young left back?
Oh yes, I saw him play. I think he's an upcoming talent. To be honest with you, I think he'll be great.
I think him, Kirkin, or Sirkin, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name yet.
I say him. I don't know really.
Skip and Parrott are our most exciting youngsters, and maybe Harvey White in there as well.
Yes.
White.
I was also quite impressed with George Marsh in that U23 game against Leyton Orient.
Oh yeah, I saw about that. That was the same day as the Champions League. That's the only problem.
Yeah. I only watched the first half.
The thing with youth, we've sold Amos as well, which I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel so bad for Amos.
He was a great talent. Like he was a rising talent.
Because I think he was actually in front of Skip for quite a while.
Yeah. I remember him being like top of the pick type thing. Yeah, and he was definitely going to be. I just think it's unlucky, and hopefully, actually, he might. But we sold him for good, though, haven't we?
We sold the 500,000.
Yeah.
Now, Danny Rose, what do you think about? Do you think we'll sell him, or will he still be at the club next season?
This is a bit of a hard one because I actually used to like Danny Rose. I think his mentality is all right, but I think sometimes he just gave up. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
I don't know about Jose Mourinho and his relationship with Rose. Yeah. I think he's all right because I think he understands where Rose is coming from. But Rose has said himself that he likes to play. He would want to play against Tottenham
for Spurs. Yeah.
And I mean, we haven't got any other left back currently apart from Davis that plays.
Yeah.
Or Sessegnon even, but I don't know.
So it seems like Mourinho thinks of Sessegnon more as an attacker than a defender.
Yeah. But the thing with Danny Rose, I think we'll get 20 mil maximum for him anyway.
Yeah.
And I think I think sell him now, and we can invest in because I think apparently we still want to sign Skriniar, but on a deal separately, which I think I'd rather do that.
I'd rather do that. I'd rather keep Ndombele and Skriniar in the same team. That'd be. I think our midfield would be so much more stronger.
And Skriniar actually reminds me a bit of Alderweireld because they're sort of the same type of player.
Yeah.
They're very calm on the ball. Yeah, they're very calm on the ball.
I think it's also important for us to sign a left-sided centre back. But
it's sad about Vertonghen as well.
Yeah.
Because he used to be that type of. He used to be that left-sided. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He was that left-sided centre back that we need.
Yeah. On the other hand, though, Liverpool obviously just won the league, and they didn't have a left-sided centre back. They had Van Dijk, Matip, and Gomez, who are all right-footed.
I heard that they signed a left-back at Liverpool. I can't remember what his name was. I think he's Turkish, but yeah.
Yeah. I think Ricardo, it's not going to happen, but Ricardo Pereira from Leicester would be a great
actually,
signing.
I was thinking about that when I was thinking about the left-backs in the league. He's a good player. But I think they've sold Chilwell, so I don't think they'll.
No, they're not going to sell two fullbacks.
Yeah. Otherwise, the team would just crumble.
Yeah. What do you think about Van Aanholt?
Yeah,
Van Aanholt would be. He's a good player.
He's a good. Oh, and we were linked with Maitland-Niles from Arsenal, but I don't know what that deal.
Wolves are going to sign him to replace Doherty.
Yeah, I think it fell through. Yeah, I think we will sign Doherty by the end of this week. The signing.
I think we'll.
No, next week. Yeah, next week.
I think we'll. Announce Doherty probably somewhere between Monday and Wednesday.
Yep.
You're talking about Van Aanholt, though. Van Aanholt he's 29 and he's going to turn 30 August 29th.
He is old. That's what I was going to say. He's old.
But I think he'll be.
I'd rather sign Reguilon than Van Aanholt personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so Castagna, we were looking at Castagna, the Belgian.
Yeah. The Belgian from Atalanta.
And he's a sort of like a Sessegnon, isn't he? He's like a wing back, plays left back.
Yeah.
Type of player.
He can play left back and right back too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I think he was actually going to be a good signing if we signed him.
Yeah. We may still be looking at him.
Yeah, we were also linked with Bailey. I know he's a left winger, but
and
that would have been good to add
we need
some more
any
competition.
More. Yeah, I don't think we really need more wingers, especially or attackers.
If anything, if we're gonna sign any more attackers, we need a striker and maybe an attacking mid. But that should be like the last of our priorities.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need
even
an
attacking mid. I don't think we need. We've got Dele Alli, the Celso. Hopefully, and Ndombele will be able to push up.
That's true.
I think we just need a solid fullback.
Yeah,
I think
or solid centre back. Just
no, but centre backs. I think we got Alderweireld, Sanchez, Tanganga coming up.
Yeah. Speaking of centre backs, what do you think of the young American Cameron Carter-Vickers?
Oh. Now he's young, but I don't know where he is like coming up from the youth squad.
Yeah.
But he
seems like he's been getting a shot.
Yeah. He's like a Tanganga type player.
Yeah.
I think he'll get game time in Europa. No. Maybe. He'll get game time in Europa, I think.
Yeah. I think he's more of a Mourinho type of player as well. Because he's kind of like that big, strong, not necessarily as fast,
he's big. He's
solid
like
in the back. Yeah. Not as good on the ball, but Mourinho doesn't seem to care about that on his center backs.
I think if we complete Doherty, that's a great transfer though, and we've only spent 30 mil. I think we could sign one more like class player, and that would be a squad.
Yeah, especially if we sell Serge Aurier, we'll probably get like 20 million in the bank.
Serge Aurier, Danny Rose, if we could hopefully sell him.
Yeah, we could probably get like 10-15 off of Danny Rose.
Winks, did you hear about Winks to Man City?
That's never going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen because I think Winks is happy at the club.
And he's very happy. Player. And he's very important for our homegrown player quota and our academy players.
And I think Mourinho actually really likes him.
Yeah.
But I think that was just a rumour.
Yeah. I think it was started from the Sun too. It's not the most reliable.
No, not reliable at all. But just in general, I think our squad depth is getting better and better.
It's getting so much better.
And I think we're always looked upon for our youth, but I think we've had a great bit of youth. Like we've had Clark, we've had Tanganga's coming up,
Alfie Devine, who we just signed.
I was about to say him. Carter Vickers just came. He will hopefully come to the first.
Yeah.
Who else is? Yeah. Sirkin, as we were saying. I think we've got actually a great squad to lead into you. Just
another thing. Do you think Lo Celso is going to be starting many games and playing or not?
I think he's a great player, and I think Mourinho really likes him. So
yeah, I think Mourinho really likes him as well. He's very solid.
We've signed him on a because I think we had him on loan and for a deal to buy.
Yeah,
and we've signed him. We signed him officially.
Yeah,
which I'm happy about. He had a quite slow start. He didn't, but the thing with him, he's more of off the ball player. He doesn't really get many assists and goals.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have good stats, but he's a great player.
Yes. But on the pitch,
he creates the opportunities.
Yes. If you watch, and what I like about him is he's actually a free kick, not a free kick, just any. He's a set piece specialist.
Yeah,
which we've been lacking since
hit the corners in. Yeah. Although I'm quite happy that Ericsson's not taking our corners anymore.
Yeah.
Lamela scored a good today.
Talking about set pieces, Lamela scored today with a free kick.
Oh yeah, Lamela scored.
But I mean, that's just pre-season. We don't really. I just do it off youth and just, especially Højbjerg. I just do it off new signings in the pre-season just to see how they are.
No, I wouldn't care about the sport. I just how the players play and how the youth play.
Yeah.
Matters.
It's also quite exciting because we all love Mauricio Pochettino, but if we signed a player too late in the window, he'd wait an entire season before he played him. Or if we signed a player in January, when we signed Lucas Moura, I think he only played in the FA Cup, or like he came on in like the 89th minute.
And I've actually really enjoyed Lucas Moura. I actually really enjoyed the way Lucas Moura plays, and he's a great backup as well as I was saying to Harry Kane, and especially he comes up with some phenomenal goals.
Obviously, the miracle of Amsterdam.
Yeah, he's quite consistent as well. I think
that's the thing. Yeah, if you play him, you expect a good performance.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about Lucas is when he gets the ball, he seems to dribble into pressure a lot.
But the thing I was worried about is when we signed Bergwijn, which we haven't really talked about, but I think he's been a great signing.
He's been.
I thought Lucas Moura's position and place in the club would go down, but I think they've actually played alongside, and they can switch wings sometimes even.
Yeah.
But I just think the depth in every position apart from fullback is actually decent for us.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think Bergwijn as well, by the end of this season, will most likely be kind of getting into the starting role, and Lucas Moura will kind of be fading out. But I think Bergwijn's going to be an exceptional player.
And as I was saying remember I was saying with Son and Harry Kane being 50-50, I think Bergwijn is going to step up even more this season. Hopefully, and that will be our front three. That will be the best front three.
The best front three. Yeah.
Son, Harry Kane, and Bergwijn.
Yeah. I can't wait for all the Spurs fans to compare Nicolas Pepe and Steven Bergwijn's stats at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I think Pepe. The thing with Pepe is everyone hates him. Everyone's been hating on him because he's been a flop. But I think the thing with Arsenal, they should have let one more season at Lille.
Yeah.
Because he only had half of a good season, and then they just went in and signed him. But they didn't know how he played.
Quite a lot of money too.
Yeah, they should just wait one more season and then see if he hyped up to what he said they were. Mm-hmm. I think they just wasted a good bit of money there.
Yeah, the signings from League One haven't always turned out well for Premier League clubs as well.
No,
especially with the Nagy and Kudu.
I know. I think it's a very hard league to switch from. Sorry, from because I think the style type of play,
different football, style of play, is different.
Yeah, the style of play, and especially in Ndombele, that's what people keep forgetting. And Ndombele did come from France, and I was watching a documentary about a French player moving to Manchester United. I can't remember who it was. It was like it was back like I don't know 1900 sometime. But he was saying how hard it was to move house, to move family, to move schools for his children, stuff like that.
That's the thing a lot of people forget about, I think, as well. Yeah, these people are moving their lives.
Yes, that's what I mean. Everyone expects good things on the pitch, but how can you expect good things when there's not always the best things coming off the pitch?
Yeah, I completely agree with that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see Gedson Fernandes next year? Right back, center mid?
Now this is where I'm a bit confused on this. I'm a bit confused about Gedson Fernandes because when we first signed him, I thought he was more of an attacking sort of solid. He was like the third half of the pitch. He's on halfway and pushing forward.
Yeah.
Mourinho plays him. He's played him right. He's played him on the right side. And at first, I didn't know if I enjoyed that because I think it was against Watford. He played his first game at right back, or he brought on at right back.
Yeah.
And I don't really know. He
was an interesting signing.
He is. Yeah, I mean, he's an interesting signing. I was happy with him, but I don't know.
It was just a bit of a shock because we didn't really need another center mid when we signed him.
No,
he hasn't played that much.
The
thing was, we were apparently going to sign the other Fernandes, who Man United signed.
Bruno
Fernandes. Apparently, we were in the mix for that, and then we announced that we signed Gedson Fernandes, and I was looking at him. I thought he was a good, solid player. I was thinking backup to any CDM type player, to central player to move up. Yes, but I think, and especially Europa League, I think would be good for him. Because when he played
a lot of playing time.
Yeah, because when he played for where he came,
Benfica.
When he came, thank you. When he came from Benfica, they were in the Europa League, and that's where he performed best.
Yeah, I think Gedson maybe needed one more season with Benfica.
Yeah, one more season,
or at least finished that season. But he
was
very.
As you were saying, it was a very weird signing.
Yeah, it was just. It seemed, I don't know, just a little off. But he is only 21.
Yeah. He is young. I mean, you are right. He is young. He's still not really.
We have the rest of the season
as you were saying
as well.
As you were saying, his position will change, I think.
Yeah.
And I think he might be converted, even if we don't sign Doherty, and I think we will.
Yeah,
I think
we will as
Doherty could play on the left even. And
yeah,
I don't really know. That's
the
the good thing with pre-season and Europa Leagues. You can experiment so much.
Mm-hmm. Especially since we'll be playing these semi-professional teams in the Europa League.
Yeah.
And college teams, basically.
Teams you've never heard of,
teams.
Yeah.
Barrytown United.
Apparently,
I think, is one of the teams.
I learned a stat that there's 2,784 teams going into the Europa League every season.
Very serious. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And then only 4 end up semis and stuff. But I just think people were always saying, at the end of the season, people were always doubting that Europa League was the best thing for us. If we even could finish for Europa, but I think it's just a great. As I keep saying, it's a stepping stone.
Yeah, I never really understood that argument either. With the let's not go to Europa League and focus on the other trophies because FA Cup it gets their own weekend, so it's not like we'd have
there's no real point.
Yeah.
That's just it's just a domestic, and I think even Mourinho actually loves winning the FA Cup anyway.
Yeah.
I think next season we're contenders. This season it was very weird. I didn't really like the way we got knocked out on penalties.
Yeah, that was
a very we struggled a lot in that game for no reason.
Yeah. It was very frustrating to watch.
And
we'll see more behind the scenes in the documentary we keep mentioning.
That's
very
the thing.
excited for that to come out.
I'm too, because most of the time you don't know what's happening. Most of the time you don't know what's happening off the pitch, and you don't know what the players
inside the actual off the pitch. Yeah.
What do you think will happen with Eric Lamela next season?
Oh, the thing is,
I think he might stay
Eric
for
Lamela. He's the last man standing from this is what I heard. He's the last from a couple of seasons ago, because everyone else has either ended the career or moved on to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a very inconsistent player. Sometimes he can do amazing things where he does like dribbles all across the pitch.
Sometimes he's so sloppy and
but the thing with him is I don't know where his head's at. I don't know where what his relationship is with everyone on the pitch.
And
I know he's Argentinian, and like
we have a large Argentinian contingent.
Yeah, we have a large But he's got a very weird style of play as well. He feels like off, as I keep saying. He feels like when I watch him, he feels like he's in and out of possession all the time. Like he's got the ball, he hasn't got the ball. He's got the ball, but what I like with him, he never gives up. He always goes in for a challenge.
Yeah,
when he's lost the ball,
plays for the badge every time.
Yeah, but that's the problem is he does pick up a lot of yellows.
He's a little bit like a chicken with its head cut off when he gets subbed on.
Yeah. But I think that's what Mourinho likes. I think for the final, I think he's a great player to sub on actually, and he's been doing that a lot. Jose Mourinho subbing him on.
Yeah.
It's last 15, last 20. You just sub him on. He runs his legs off. He plays his hardest.
I think it was a season or two ago when Lamela, he went on a run of like he got subbed on and he'd score, and it happened like in 4 out of 5 games.
Yeah, 5 games in a row.
And he just runs. That's the best thing with him.
Yeah,
he doesn't give up. Yeah.
But as you were saying, what I see him with the club is I think he's just a sub person.
Yeah,
I don't think we've got so many, because what his actual position is a right winger, isn't it? Like right mid.
Yeah, right winger, right mid.
And we've got Bergwijn. Lucas even plays there sometimes, most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't think we need more.
Position, but that might lose confidence for some players that play there.
Yeah.
I
think we could even sell Lamela, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think if we pursued Leon Bailey anymore.
Some good money. 50 million, 40 million.
Yeah.
Lamela.
No, not that much. I think
maybe 30.
I think Toby's right. I think if we pursued Leon Bailey in a swap deal, Lamela would be great. That's what I think we should do. We can do like a good swap deal for Lamela.
Yeah, we could do it.
And then, but the other thing too is Chelsea just signed Kai Havertz, or they're about to sign Kai Havertz.
I know they've done some really. I'm actually really jealous of first signings.
Yeah, Chelsea's. I'm nervous for Chelsea next season. They're making a lot of high quality signings. But where are they getting all the money from?
Apparently it's the Hazard money, and the thing with them is they do lots of transfers like off the list, like you don't really know.
Yeah.
And they make like 20-30 million for these type of players.
That's the other thing is they take all of their academy products and they
sell them.
They loan them out, and they get experience, and then they sell them, and they make a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
I think.
But I mean, it's just I have a Chelsea friend, so we were saying that. Do you know the transfer ban is actually it was a blessing in disguise for them. The thing with the transfer ban is that
save the money.
They actually they could experiment for the youth, which actually really helped them out, and also they saved up their money for like a whole half of the season.
And speaking of like money getting saved up, we made a 70 million bid for Paulo Dybala. Where did it go? What happened?
That's what I mean. And I keep saying it. I keep hearing that we're the 8th richest club in the world.
Yeah.
But we're not making big signings. Apparently, we've got around 50 million left. But the problem is the stadium did take a lot of money, and that's the only.
It did.
I know Pochettino's
it'll make its money back eventually.
Yeah. But the thing with Pochettino is everyone says about his signings, but he was the manager that was playing during the season where we put literally all of our money into a stadium.
Yeah.
And he couldn't really do much. And I know how frustrated he was, but I think he dealt with it really well. Not being able. If it was Mourinho, I know Mourinho likes to make a big fuss, and it all goes on media. He does. And stuff like that. See, that's the only problem. When something goes bad behind in the backroom staff or in the club, I definitely think there'll be like a row.
Yeah, there will be.
I think it will be in the media. And stuff.
Speaking of like that, there was a rumor that came out the other day that Steven Bergwijn and Tanguy Ndombele got into it a few weeks ago, and it may or may not be in the documentary.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You don't know if all of these are rumors or not. That's the problem.
I really hope it's a rumor and it's not true.
Yeah,
because they're two of my favorite players on the squad right now.
Yeah, they are very great, and I do like them as well. But I think, especially, remember with the Lloris and Son row they had?
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those where it's just easy to resolve, and they did resolve it.
Yeah,
easily
by the end of the game.
And I just think it's all a bit, because I think everyone's just a bit stressed at the moment, even as well.
Yeah. I love to see the passion, because Hugo typically isn't that type of a passionate player.
No, that's what I mean, and that actually turned my opinion on him. I've always loved him as a keeper. I've never seen him as a captain role, and to be honest, I don't really know why we've given him a captaincy for that long. If he doesn't really rule his box.
Yeah,
and it's also hard to be a captain of the team when you're sitting in your goal and we're on the other side of the field.
That's what I mean.
It's hard to lead.
I know many goalkeepers are captains, and that's like Neuer for Munich,
for Bayern.
Buffon, yeah.
The thing with Hugo Lloris, he doesn't really communicate that well.
No, he's a quiet leader.
Yeah,
which maybe isn't what we need right now.
But I think he does a lot in the changing rooms personally. That's what we don't see, and hopefully we do see that in the changing rooms.
To a bit louder and communicate more with his centre backs.
Yeah, and hopefully we do see that in the documentary where he's off the pitch speaking.
Mm-hmm. Do you think? So obviously Joe Hart is a vocal leader. Do you think Joe Hart will be second in line, or do you think Gazzaniga? Do you think we'll sell Gazzaniga?
I think actually the reason why we did sign Joe Hart, and apart from the homegrown, I think we are looking to sell Gazzaniga. I think he's a young player. He's had a good couple of seasons. I actually really like him as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I know he's made a couple of mistakes.
He makes some odd decisions too.
Yes.
But like that flying kick against Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, I think
very
that wasn't
odd.
Lucky. I think the ball had a weird spin on it, and actually went.
Well, also, but why didn't he just grab it?
And he tried to go for it.
Yeah, why didn't he just grab it?
That's the problem. That's the problem. I think he's just young, and his decision making, is not yet the best. Even on loan, I think we could loan him.
Yeah.
And keep Joe Hart for a season. Like that's actually a good idea. We could loan him to whoever wants him, like Fulham, as you said, Leeds, even.
Yeah.
With an option to buy even for 20, 25 mil, I think.
Yeah.
30.
No, 30 I think is too much for that type of player.
Yeah.
50,
I think 20 is all right. 20 is all right.
15 to 25, I think, around that. So.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
But I mean,
he's only 28, and keepers typically don't peak till they're like early 30s.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
How old is Lloris actually?
He's 33.
33. Okay, yeah.
Joe Hart is actually 6 months younger than Hugo.
Okay.
Oh.
I do think Hugo is getting on slightly.
Yeah, he is.
His shot stopping ability is just like amazing.
Mm-hmm. We'll definitely need to sign a younger keeper though, or put our faith in Gazzaniga. But I think Donnarumma from AC Milan.
I think
Donnarumma's a bit too old in my opinion.
Too old? Isn't he pretty young?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah.
But
I think there's too much. I think there's too much hype for him, especially for being Serie A.
Yeah,
I know Serie A goalkeepers.
There's a lot of hype on him.
There's always hype on Serie A goalkeepers coming up, but I don't think they're not that good when they come to another big club.
Oh, sorry. You were probably thinking of Antonio Donnarumma, who's 30.
Yeah.
And there's Gianluigi Donnarumma, who's only 21.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know about Gianluigi because he's big. Like he's very hyped up for how old he is.
He does get very hyped up, but the AC Milan team have been very average.
Yeah. And I just think especially with Edison, there's the new type of goalkeeping where Neuer's been showing it for years, where it's quick off your line.
Yeah.
Quick off your line. You're not the best at shot stopping, but you make some really big saves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's actually we found.
You don't use his mad as much. Yeah, good with your feet.
Yeah,
I think De Gea's been. I've always actually liked De Gea as a goalkeeper. I think he's been very unlucky and like this season with his decisions and accidents.
Yeah, he's had ever since the World Cup. He hasn't been as good.
No, and I think that's based on confidence as well. I don't know how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is with his players, but I don't think he's that good on communication and like confidence.
That's the other thing with our club is I feel like all the players want to be here. Like we don't have anyone that wants to leave or that's unhappy. And Jose Mourinho he's learning South Korean to better communicate with one of our players.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. And talking about South Korean, people are saying that also could lead to the signing of Kim Min-jae. I think that's his name.
Monster.
Which I actually would really like. I think I've seen him play twice because I watched some highlights of him. I just think he's such a Mourinho type player. He's so big.
Yeah.
And he's just. I think we should.
He's also the left-sided center half that we were talking about.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy to sign him any day.
All right. Last player I sort of have on my list, 1 Foyth. Right back, center back, keep him or sell him.
I think he's centre back.
The thing with Foyth is I think he's too young to actually judge, and that's the problem with him. We haven't. If he joined like the last season to this season, and he was allowed to play in Europa League, I think he'd have a great season.
Yeah.
But the thing is he's too young, and his decision making is not yet the best, which we see in young. We see that in young centre backs anyway. We see that in every young centre back. You see some mistakes in decision making. But I think
that brilliant pass through to Son.
Yeah. And I just think Leeds are looking at him. And I've heard that they might have put a bid in for 17, I think, mil in total.
Yeah, that'd be good. We bought him for 12 mil, but
I mean that's good profit. But then again, I think he can grow to be a good centre back.
He's only 22.
Him and Tanganga
and Sanchez
as our youth,
actually
as our young centre backs would just be great. I think.
Yeah. Because if they improve,
we have a lot of talent.
And as I said before, you could just loan these players out, and as we're doing with
make
as we're doing with Parrot, they'll just grow in confidence and just grow. They'll just grow as a player.
Yeah.
Because the transfer window it closes after all of our our hectic schedule, so we could play all these players that are kind of on the fringe of the squad, see how they perform.
That's the thing. When does the transfer market actually end? Because I've heard different things.
I believe it ends sometime in December.
So that's actually, as you were saying,
September.
We can see. Yeah, we can see. Oh yeah, September. Sorry, we can see. We have a couple of games, I think, before then. To see.
October 5th is when it closes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
So do you know if we have? I think we have 2 more pre-seasons, don't we?
Or one more? Watford and Birmingham tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Which I think again would just grow our squad and confidence.
Yeah. We'll get to see a lot more of our youth as well.
Yeah.
All right. Any last comments?
No, I think I'm just, as I said, I'm just happy. I'm just happy with our squad at the moment. I'm happy with our signings so far with Højbjerg and hopefully Doherty soon.
Yeah.
I would like to sign Regulon if we could, and apparently we're the only club looking at him, and he's going for cheap. He's going for 17 million, apparently, what I've heard.
Yeah, 17 pounds. 17 million pounds.
But yeah, I just think I'm happy with where we finished as well. Europa League's a good boost for us. And I'm happy with Mourinho.
And then with that mentality, we can go into Champions League.
And lastly, as we keep saying, I'm just excited for the documentary.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that to come out.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch
it. And that would just show all the things that we're talking about, like explaining the dressing room. But the only problem is
inside
seeing Pochettino getting sacked again. That's the only problem. We'll have to see Pochettino get sacked.
I heard that he gets sacked in like the first episode.
Oh,
so we won't have to see him be sad for too long.
The thing is, there's actually like during the season we didn't get told when like the documentary was going to stop being filmed. So I think there's actually going to be quite a lot. There's going to be quite a lot in it about.
It's recent as well, which is good.
That trailer they made was fantastic.
But the thing is, with shows like that, yes, I think other clubs will start to realise, well, not realise, but because we've always, as a Tottenham fan and as a club, I think we've always been down looked upon.
Yeah, for sure. We need to win a trophy.
Hype. Yeah, we've never had hype. We've always taken the jokes of like we used to finish. We finished third, and we kept finishing third. I think
we finished above every team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
In like the past 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, yeah, and I just think if all we need is a couple. I think FA Cup even, Europa League, because Europa League guarantees us Champions League if we win it.
It does.
Which and then so we can just I think the squad depth is big enough now to just win a trophy, get something home. Even that will even boost the confidence and bring more players to the club as well.
Yeah,
exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty happy. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, same.
All right. Yeah. This has been the Hotspur House. I'm Tobey with Josh and Alex. Thank you for listening.